What's up, guys, and welcome to the vlog. We're gonna go get the Cobra, wash it up, clean it up, and see what we can do with it. All right, guys, so we are over at Hunter's house today. In case you guys are new to the channel, this is my buddy Hunter Johnson. He has the 03 Terminator. It used to be Whippled, but now the car is going twin turbo. Now you're gonna see a lot of dust on it. That's because he has somewhat lost interest, I guess. I'm going to get on him about that. But car's going twin turbo, stock bottom end for now. That's if he keeps it. There are some things in the works with the car, so who knows. We call this car the Haymaker, and for good reason. It's a bad dude. Super clean car. Well, we're not talking about dust. See, he's already talking shit. He's already saying it's gone. But I do know where it's going if it goes.
It may actually stay here a while anyway.
Yeah, it'll still be in the family.
Yeah.
If it does leave, so.
Yeah, it's not going far.
Look at this. So I know you guys are probably thinking, what in the hell are you doing? Why do you not clean your car? Why did you just leave it over here? I don't know. You know, it's safe. It's just dusty and dirty and cobwebby, and
There's nothing wrong with it.
yeah, nothing wrong with it.
Hey, yeah, but here's the biggest deal. Living in the middle of the woods,
Yeah.
there is no way to stop.
Spider webs. Look, down here, guys, I don't know in other parts of the world, but down here you are not going to get rid of these spiders. So we are here, and I'm going to go ahead, go over this car for the new subscribers who do not even know that I own a Terminator. So I do still own a Terminator. I did not sell it. You know, the bank didn't come repossess it. It is mine. It's just been over here. It's kind of been in storage because we've been doing the FOXBODY thing. We're going to slowly introduce a little bit of Terminator content back into the channel. This car is a 2004 Terminator. As you can see, it has a 2.8 Kenny Bell Mammoth supercharger on it. Car has 80-pound injectors, stock fuel rails, running E85, 25 pounds of boost. The car does have a solid rear axle. So as you can hear and see, it's flooding right now, so I had to kind of run out here real quick and let the windows up in the FOXBODY. But yeah, it's raining pretty hard, guys. Anyway, looks like it's died down a little bit, so let's jump back to the car. So it's a solid axle with 31 splines. It's just got 3-inch studs so that I can adjust the wheel spacer on the back to get the wheel out where I want it. It's pretty much a stock car for the most part.
It literally is a fuel system, a blower, stock transmission, mostly stock rear end that just happens to be out of a GT.
Yeah.
Whatever.
That's right.
And that's it.
That's it.
That's it. There's nothing else done to this car.
I'm gonna try to back it out today, and we're gonna clean this thing up and talk about it a little bit more. I had intentions on driving the thing down the road and playing with it some, just for, you know, for you guys on camera. But as you can see, with the rain, wet roads, 800 horsepower, street tires, no, we're not gonna do that today.
Look at that. Look at all that room I got. Got the old nanners out of the shop. I'm not gonna know what to do with my shop. There's nothing in here. This is great. Look at this. I like walk around over here. Now if that one would leave, would be good. But it's gonna be good to see this thing running again. Get her out there busting ass. Here we go. Let's get her cleaned up.
the car is actually low on E85, which has been a problem before. If you've watched any of my videos, when this car gets low on fuel, it wants to start acting crazy. Isn't that a sight? Looks like we scared the shit out of a Prius. Looks brand new. So this is my thoughts, and I'm gonna have Hunter kind of help me out here. I think what's happening is when the fuel's low like that, these fuel pumps move so much fuel that when it deposits the fuel back in, it's actually causing bubbles, and then the pumps are sucking bubbles back up. Essentially, it's aerating the fuel like heavily, and we're getting bubbles back in the system. It's the only thing I can think of. I mean, I'm not sure. It's either doing that or it's moving so much that it's sucking it down below the sock on the fuel filter. So these are twin E85 465 Walbro pumps. So they move a lot of fuel. They'll support what, 1,000 horsepower, the two of them?
On E85, yeah, about 1,000.
About 1,000 on E85, so they move a lot of fuel. So we're gonna head to the store, get some E85 for the car. There's only one place that we can get E85 around here, so luckily it's just right down the road. On the way to go get E85, myself and Hunter had a discussion, you know, on how we met, just kind of a brief history of us, PFO Mustangs, some of the cars that we had through the years. We also talk about Hunter's future build. So if you guys are interested in that, that'll be after the end of the video, after the outro. You're more than welcome to stay and watch.
And record? Oh, it comes on recording.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get this E85 in the car, and hopefully that's the problem. So we should be good now. We're gonna try it and see.
Much better. Obviously, we still got some tune stuff to clean up, but she cranked up, she's running. That's what we're seeing now. So now it's pretty rock solid. Before it was, that gauge was doing this, so we could see the aeration. Anyway, we're gonna mess around with the car some and we'll be back.
I'm gonna walk around and talk about the car a little bit. So just so you guys know, we call this car YELAWOLF. I don't really talk about it much anymore because we haven't had any content with it. So in the future, when you see YELAWOLF in the title, you know we're talking about the Cobra here. I had to wipe everything down. The car was dirty just from sitting up, but it cleaned up really, really good. What do you guys think about doing Corbo seats in this car? The reason is because these seats are not in the best shape. They're on their way out. They're just pretty rough. And I'd like to preserve what I have, what's left of them anyway. So I'm thinking very seriously about going to a Corbo seat in the car. I think they'll look just fine. And just keep these seats. And if I ever sell the car or whatever, I'll have them to go with it. So it makes it really hard to take the car out and have fun with it and enjoy it when you're having to stop all the time and get E85 or carry some with you. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna order another pulley, so it'll be a bigger pulley up front. We're gonna drop the boost. Right now this car is on about 25 pounds of boost. We wanna get it down somewhere around 17 pounds if we can. Put the car back on pump gas. Hunter's gonna retune it. And we're gonna try to get the car somewhere around, I don't know, 600 wheel, whatever it comes out to is fine. We're gonna keep the timing very low on the car, make it safe, and we're gonna start driving this car more and enjoying it. Now, the second problem we have with it is the transmission is making a noise. We're pretty certain that it's gonna be the throwout bearing. Throwout bearing had given me trouble before after like a high-speed run or something like that. When you press the clutch and stop, it would make noise. It would squeal and raise hell. So it would only do that every so often. Now it's pretty much doing that all the time. So we're pretty sure it's the throwout bearing. That's gonna need to be done here pretty soon. Look who it is. What's up? Long time no see.
For real, brother.
Got the GTR in the house. I hadn't seen this one yet.
Nope.
Man, this thing is beautiful.
Thank you. I like it.
Yeah,
A lot.
that is beautiful, dude.
We gotta bring some Japanese crap over.
Yeah, no shit. Even wearing his PFO Mustang shirt. This is our buddy from back in the day. He had a 03 Cobra way back. And since then he's had a couple GTRs, so this is his latest GTR. I've not seen it yet. Absolutely beautiful car, and it's nasty, of course, super fast.
going for a ride. I'm so excited. Wow. I think I left something back there.
Your stomach, maybe?
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Y'all ready?
All right. A little bit further. All right, you ready?
Yes.
That's 120.
That was cool. Sorry, y'all. I don't know what y'all were looking at. Yeah, let's do that again.
Huh?
I said, let's do that again.
You want it again? I'll do it again.
Yeah.
It slows down as fast as it goes, too.
Wow. Yeah, that's pretty sweet. I'm officially addicted to cars now. We're back.
Yay!
All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's upload. You know, we were just kind of hanging out over here at Hunter's house. Jon Jon came by on the GTR. We got to ride in it, gave you some reactions. So it's been a really fun day. Not a lot of content per se, but the important thing is we're taking the Cobra home. With that being said, as always, thanks for watching. Me and Hunter met back in, what was it, 06?
It would have been 07 probably.
Early 07, that's right.
It was the year I bought my blue car. First met technically was when I was driving the 67 around. I saw the red 03 Cobra,
Yes.
and I was like, I think I was like 17 probably, so that would have been. We met at Larry's Barbecue
Yep.
in Dothan.
Yeah, so we met up there, and Hunter was asking me about the 03 Cobra, and I'm asking him about his 67 Mustang that he's on fastback. Then later on we met.
It's probably
about a year later, maybe?
it's probably about a year later, and it was the same kind of thing. We just like,
Yep.
I was on my 03 Cobra, which was pretty, actually I think it was stock at the time.
Yeah.
And I saw your car again, so I flashed you down with the lights.
Yeah.
And we pulled over and talked, and we've been like best bros ever
Yep,
since.
Ever since. That's kind of how it started. So back in 2002 or 2003, I started PFO Mustangs, which wasn't really much. I think we had about 10 or 12 members. So it just kind of faded out. And then in 07, me and Hunter basically brought it back from the dead and created a website, had a forum. It was really cool. We had a couple of really good years with the club. So speaking of which, you guys go to YouTube, type in PFO Mustangs, and you can see all of our old stuff that we used to do. Bunch of cool old videos, you know, completely different format than what we use now, but really cool stuff. But that's kind of how me and Hunter met and became friends. And ever since then, we've done Mustang stuff. Mainly, we do Cobra stuff, Terminator stuff for the most part. He's not really a Fox body guy, but you know, we've worked on everything under the sun together.
Well, and not that I'm not a Fox body guy, it's just that's not. I grew up with the new Edge cars, so I kind of gravitate toward those. You grew up with Fox bodies, and even the, I mean, you even grew up in the SN95 era too. And
yeah, when the SN, you know, and I should really be more partial to the SN95s than what I am, because at 15 or 16, I can't remember, 15 or 16 years old is when the 94 Mustangs come out, and we actually bought one. My dad did. Bought a teal green one. I don't have any pictures of it, but bought one back in the day, and I loved that car. They were completely different, obviously, than the Fox bodies, but I loved them immediately. But for some reason, as I get older, I really just like the Fox bodies. Always have. And I love the SN cars too. But, you know, it's all Mustangs, so it really doesn't matter in the end. You know, we turn wrenches on them, we hang out, and we have a good time, and really that's what it's all about. But we've gravitated more toward the 0304 Cobras as far as me and him go. I mean, we've always, hell, we pretty much had one of us anyway.
We've pretty well had one since we've met.
Yeah, pretty much, at least one of us anyway. But that's just what we enjoy doing. They're fast cars, they're easy to build. Hell, you don't even have to build them. You can just throw a supercharger on them.
Which we've both proved that.
Yeah.
4 times now.
Exactly.
We've had, each of us have had pretty much a fuel system blower only car that made, even back in the day, I think that my blue car with the twin screw with a 2.3, I think the most it made was like 610 or something like that, and that was before I had, you know, the cash to really throw at it.
Yeah.
You know, so I had a used blower, you know, that I had to kind of scrounge to make it work because I was just out of high school kind of thing, and the car made, I mean, yeah, on the smaller pulley was like, I don't know, 19 pounds, I think. It made a little over 600, so it's not anything crazy like what we got now, not anything nearly like what we've got now.
But back in the day, though, that was pretty impressive. You know,
Yeah.
It still wasn't the cream of the crop back in the day, but there, I mean, what you had maybe 800 horsepower cars back in the day. Of course, you had some 1,000 horsepower cars even back then, but for the most part, 600 was, you know, still top tier stuff. But you know, we had a couple friends that made more power and whatnot. My red car made 622 to the tires, and we had 7 pistons in it when we pulled it apart.
Yeah.
So it would have made more, but it is what it is, you know. So he did a turbo build on his car, did all the work himself. That car was nasty. There's some footage of it on PFO.
Yeah, there's
some older footage of it.
There's only 2 like good passes, and one is like a low 10 pass, and there's one that doesn't show the scoreboard because back in the day we didn't really know how to video. So
Yeah.
There's one, it was a 960 something in Atlanta, because I used to race in MRA, used to run around any of the closer races, you know, 8-10 hours away. We try to hit those with that car because turbo auto, I mean, it was perfect for drag racing. So I had a lot of fun doing that with that car, and I guess really just kind of lost interest in it and got tired of spending all the money driving around all over the place and sold it. Kind of got out of it. Actually was going to build this was back when the LS stuff, LS swap everything was a thing, and I was like, you know, I kind of want to try my hand at it. I never tuned an LS car. So I picked up all the junk to build an LS turbo setup and had that for a while. We worked on the car some. I said, you know what, I'm just kind of over it right now. Sold all that stuff. Just got out of racing for a little bit. Did some other stuff, you know, whole different thing actually. Yeah. The guy that I sold the stuff to, one of our good friends, he ended up not messing with it, and so I called him one day. I said, hey, you still got all that stuff? He said, yeah, I got it. I was like, you want to sell it back to me? And he said, sure. So we made a deal, and I bought all my stuff back, and now that my gray car is going to be sold, we're gonna try to actually do the LS turbo setup, which is what, 5 years in the running now.
Yeah.
I mean,
and look, before anybody completely, you know, blast me or him, look, it's all about power. Okay, you can still build an LS cheaper than you can buy a Coyote and turbo it and whatnot. The Coyotes, you know, definitely make power, and we understand that. He understands that. We know, and you know, essentially we'd love to keep it all Ford, but you know, it doesn't matter what's under the hood at that point. He just wants to get back into the game, so that's what he's going to do. Well, and he's already got the stuff.
I mean, I've already got it. I've had it for, I think, probably about 4 years now. I like tuning. I like learning new stuff. So tuning the LS setup will be fun. Well, I guess it really won't be LS tuning. It's Holley EFI, so it's kind of be a lot easier than tuning an E38 ECU or something like that. Any of you guys that know LS stuff, that's the cream of the crop with the LS based ECUs. And so it'll be easier, but you know, it's gonna be a race car. It's gonna be street legal. My requirement is it's got a tag and is technically legally street legal and doesn't overheat. Other than that, I don't care. I don't care about drivability. I whatever, don't care. As long as I can drive it from my house to the track or drive it into town or your house, go have fun on the street with it, but it's gonna be a race car. You know, yeah, I'd love to do a Coyote. Back when I bought all this stuff, Coyote was not really an option.
Yeah.
Now we realize, we've all learned, Coyote is where it's at.
Yeah.
But it'll be, oh, Fox Body.
Look at that.
Did you see the cheese graters?
Yeah. Wow. Sorry to interrupt the vlog there, but wow. You don't see many Fox Bodies sitting.
No, but I think the biggest thing about the car is, and the reason that I really want to do it is, obviously because I already have it. So the money's spent. There's not a ton of money. It's got to be really, well, there is, but it's not as much as it would have been. But it's something that we can all get together, like all of our buddies and stuff. We can all come over, turn wrenches, have some beers, and hang out, and make it a social thing. We all just get together and have fun, because that's what all this is about.
Mm-hmm. It is. It's no fun if you're having to do it all by yourself with nobody to share it with. So, yeah, I completely agree with him, and I don't give him a hard time about it. Because look, I mean, he's ultimately a Mustang guy, but at the same time, we're car guys. We like power, so whatever it takes to make the power, you know what? Now, I would be pissed if you put a LS in the Terminator. Yeah, we probably couldn't be friends anymore.
It's just another V6 New Edge car. There's 5 million of them, and they're $1.
$1. Well,
They're
all right,
roughly
guys.
$1.
All right, guys, we're about to stop. We're gonna get some E85, get back on the road again. Just kind of wanted to fill you guys in on a little bit of our history, where he's headed with his build and what he's doing, and I'm sure we'll touch on some more later on.